boxing fans, happy holidays. On December 23rd, we get an early Christmas gift from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. One of the biggest cards we've had in recent history. Let's break down the numbers. On this card, there are 16 fighters, which consist of 8 bouts. There are 12 heavyweights, 2 cruiserweights, and 2 light heavyweights. There are 8 undefeated fighters on this card. There are 2 current title holders on this card. There would have been 3, but the cruiserweight champion got stripped. Actually, the cruiserweight champion vacated his title when the IBF threatened to strip him. But no worries, he still holds the Ring Magazine title. The combined record of everyone on this card is 398 wins, 16 losses, 4 draws, and 302 knockouts. This is a big card. We got former 2-time champion Anthony Joshua. We got former WBC champion Deontay Wilder. We got former WBO heavyweight champion Joseph Parker. We got IBO champion Lyndon Arthur. We have WBA champion Dmitry Bivol. We have former IBF cruiserweight champion Ja Opetaia. We have a card loaded, and the way that this card is stacked up, a lot of these fights are pick'em fights. Filip Hrgović is facing Mark De Mori. Many of you have known Mark De Mori from, at least myself, from being knocked out by David Haye back in 2016. De Mori hasn't had a loss since then and is now facing Filip Hrgović, who is the #1 contender to the IBF title and is in line for a title shot sometime next year. I don't know that De Mori is going to be able to come in and do the things necessary in order to give Hrgović his first loss. Let's look over here for a second. De Mori's coming in with a little bit more experience. He has a 41-2 record, so he's coming in with double the fights that Filip Hrgović has. But at this point, I think Filip Hrgović is at the point in his career where this fight is just right for him to be able to showcase his skills. Also on the card, we got 23-0 Frank Sanchez. Now, Frank Sanchez is 23-0. He's top 10 heavyweight for sure. And he's facing Junior Fa. Junior Fa is coming in with 2 losses on his record. You know, he's trying to come back and do something for his career. He had 2 back-to-back losses, and since then has put a win on his record. And now he's looking to come in and upset Frank Sanchez. Frank Sanchez, again, another undefeated fighter on Saturday's card. With a 23-0 record, based on the heavyweight division as a whole, we're going to see what he has on Saturday night. I think that Junior Fa has the experience to really make Frank Sanchez work for each and every round that they're in there. And that should be a good warm-up fight for the other fights that are to follow after that. We got another heavyweight bout, Arslanbek Makhmudov, who many are calling the Russian Tyson. They call him the Russian monster. Well, Makhmudov is going to face Akit Kabayel. And right now, Makhmudov is labeled as one of the fiercest men in the heavyweight division. He has 17 knockouts in 18 fights. Kabayel is still undefeated, but his best win was against a disinterested Derek Chisora. So what do I think about this fight? Well, it should be interesting while it lasts. Kabayel wants to come in and make a statement. He wants to be definitely invited back for another round of the Riyadh season. So he's going to come in there and try to, again, come in here, make a statement, and take that O from him, because Kabayel is also undefeated in 23 fights. Remember, there's 8 undefeated fighters on this card for Saturday night. You know, now when we talk about undefeated, we're also talking about heavyweights, light heavyweights, and cruiserweights, where one punch can make a difference and change the outcome of a fight. And we know that, especially in the heavyweight division, especially with some of these guys who we're going to be seeing on Saturday night. Jay Opetaia was supposed to be defending his Ring, Magazine, and IBF championships. But the IBF said if he moved on with this bout against Ellis Zorro, that he was going to be stripped of his title. Well, it turns out that the opportunity to fight in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and to be a part of this mega card superseded him being the IBF champion. So he decided to relinquish his title before Saturday's fight. But that's okay, because Jai Opetaia is the recognized Ring Magazine Cruiserweight champion. So he is the recognized champion at that weight division. And anyone who has the other titles, including that one in which he just relinquished, would have to see him in order to stake claim to that division. Also on the card, Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois is facing Jarrell Miller. Now, the question lies in, should Jarrell Miller be allowed to compete? Should Jarrell Miller be allowed to compete after being caught using illegal substances? Well, it turns out that he is being allowed to compete. So therefore, he is in the conversations of the heavyweight division. He is the heaviest of those on the card on Saturday. And Jarrell Miller is facing Daniel Dubois. Now, Daniel Dubois thought, as everyone else did, that he had won the undisputed heavyweight championship when he dropped Alexander Usyk with a body shot that was declared a low blow. Disappointing, yes, I know. But he is back on this mega card with a chance to make a statement and put himself right back into a bigger fight and even title contention. Dimitri Bivol against Lyndon Arthur. Lyndon Arthur is the IBO light heavyweight champion, and Dimitri Bivol holds the WBA light heavyweight championship. So on this card for Saturday night, we have a unification match. Lyndon Arthur is coming in with a 23-1 record against Dimitri Bivol. Bivol, fighter of the year in 2022, and he's coming back from a long layoff and surgery on his right hand. So on Saturday night, we look to see how confident he is on that right hand and how well the rest did him, if at all. Also on Saturday night's card, we have Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder, who most felt should have been in the ring against Anthony Joshua, will be facing former WBO heavyweight champion Joseph Parker. Now, in the press conference, Joseph Parker spoke with confidence. Joseph Parker looked confident. In the face-off, Joseph Parker looked confident. And even in the public workouts, Joseph Parker looked good. He looked smooth on his feet, head movement, hand movement. So this is a fight where, number one, we all know that Deontay Wilder is looking for the knockout because that's what he does. He's trying to make a statement. He's trying to look for the knockout. And it's not a secret. He's been saying it throughout the whole tour and press conferences that he was going to come in there and he was telling those fans that are in attendance and those that are purchasing the pay-per-view to not blink because he's expecting a knockout. Joseph Parker has different things in line for Saturday night. So he's going to go in there. He's going to try to use his experience. And if Deontay Wilder has any moment of focus, any lack of focus, Joseph Parker can take advantage of that, especially if Deontay Wilder is just looking for that one-punch knockout. Let's see how that turns out. And the co-main event and the final fight of the night, Anthony Joshua is taking on Otto Wallin. 23-1, 26-1. Otto Wallin gave Tyson Fury one of the toughest fights that he's had in his career, causing a cut that needed 47 stitches to close. Wallin has been on a 6-fight win streak since then, and Anthony Joshua chose him as his opponent because he wants to make a statement And he's going to have to make a statement because Saturday night, Anthony Joshua cannot come in there and try to box with Otto Wallin. Anthony Joshua has to come in there and he also has to make a statement. Matter of fact, every fighter on Saturday's card is trying to make a statement because making a statement invites you back again for another match or another night of Riyadh season, right? Now, the two co-main events in Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder are rumored to be fighting on March of 2024. Should they both get by these opponents? I said in my last video, if they both should win their fight and they get away with no suspensions due to any injuries or any cuts, they could have fought on the undercard of Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Well, that's not the case. They're going to fight 1 month later in March. But still, I think the case is Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk fight in February 17. The winner of that fight is on standby. And the winner of Anthony Joshua against Deontay Wilder in March face off in September. And we have a unified, undisputed champion once again. And the winner of that is the man at heavyweight. But once you're at heavyweight, remember, you got a target on your back from guys like Filip Hrgović and Aslanbek Makhmudov and all those young heavyweights up and coming, making a beeline for the heavyweight division at the top of the heat. So which fight are you most looking forward to? Which fighter are you most excited about on Saturday's card? Tell us about that in the comments. And if you've come this far, I appreciate it. Hit the like button. And if you haven't done so yet, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss nothing that's coming out from this channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time.